Good morning, guys. Welcome to my car. I'm not going to look at you because I'm driving, and I honestly wasn't going to film today, but I'm doing something fun today, and I figured maybe I'll film a little bit and possibly put this up on YouTube. Who knows? I'm filming on my phone because I didn't even bring my camera, but it might be fun to take you along. I'm going to speak at a women's conference today, and the thing that's most exciting about this conference in particular is that it is a Christian women's conference. So I'm going to be talking about my two favorite things, the Bible and guns, and I get to combine them today, so that's pretty exciting. So this conference is run by Ministries, and I'd never heard of them before this, but they sent me an email and asked if I would be willing to come teach at their conference. And what it basically is a whole day women's conference on Proverbs 31, and they call it speed dating like workshops. So every workshop is 15 minutes, so the ladies can choose which workshops they want to attend. And so I'm going to be speaking for 15 minutes to 3 different groups of women towards the middle of the day. It's about 8 o'clock now, and I'm headed over there because I also want to attend since I'm going to be there. I think it's cool that I get to go to some of the workshops myself, but they're on all different aspects of the Proverbs 31 passage. There's going to be things based on that entire passage. My workshop is going to be based around firearms and keeping our family safe, because it talks about the Proverbs 31 woman who's the wife of noble character. She's like the ideal wife that we want to strive to be. In verses 17 and 27, it talks about how she makes her arms strong. That's part of it. And she looks after the ways of her household. And that's actually where I got my channel name. She Equips Herself is part of those verses. So I'm excited to combine those topics and teach a little bit today. It's going to be a challenge for me because I've never had to condense it into like 15 minutes. I think the shortest speaking engagement I've done was like a half hour. So it was a challenge. I ran through it yesterday, and I was like right at 15 minutes, but I was talking really fast, so I might have to condense some things and focus more on others, but it'll be fine. So I woke up nice and early this morning. I prepped my outfit the night before. This is not what I'm wearing. I have a shirt on underneath my She Equips Herself like graphic tee, and then I have a blazer I'm going to put on top, and maybe I'll try to get a video of my outfit later so I can show you guys what I'm wearing today. I went back and forth with like a She Equips Herself sweatshirt, and I just didn't know what I wanted to do, but I went with the t-shirt blazer combo, and I'm wearing like what are these? What are those shoes called? Keds. I'm wearing like platform Keds and skinny jeans. So I'll try to show you guys my outfit a little bit later.
The soup, and then you'd have a first course, I don't know, maybe a little piece of fish or a little onion tart.
Laundry 101.
Laundry 101. My name is Sandra Libby. Met some of you this morning. This is my mom, Beth Picarello, better known as the Laundry Goddess.
Daughters of the King. I am Mariah. I'm going to be talking about being clothed in strength and dignity, but also simplicity as we go through Proverbs 31, verse 22.
Okay guys, I found a mirror. This is what I'm wearing today. I got a She Equips Herself t-shirt with a blazer and some Keds. I've got my pepper spray, my knife, and maybe I'll show you later, but I'm carrying in a sticky holster on my back right here. You can't see it. That's the point, right?
When I was speaking at youth camp, Steve and I we'd moved back to California.
Show me who you are and fill me with your heart.
I'm in my room now. I'm gonna set up. I had these little cards made. Let me show you. So just about the theme of what I'm going to be talking about with a few little bullet points, and then my verse that I'm going to be discussing. And then the other side has the rules of gun safety and a QR code for my YouTube channel. So I'm gonna put those on all the chairs. All right, so I've set up most of my stuff. I just have a few like pepper sprays, like a home defense pepper spray and stuff that I'm not gonna put out just yet until I'm sitting in here. But I've got some holsters just for a demo, a blue gun, and then the little cards I had made, and my notes from my iPad. So 15 minutes. Hopefully I can give them some value in that time, and hopefully it'll go well. Hi everybody, my name is Stavrula McQuarrie. Stav for short, I know. I have a very Greek first name, it's my grandmother's name, and my last name is Scottish from my husband, so it's an alphabet. So I did not grow up around guns. I grew up in a Greek household. Both my parents came to America from Greece, and my sisters and I were all born here. But no mention of guns in the house ever growing up. It wasn't something I ever thought of. I ended up going with my sister when I was 18, she was 28. She asked if I wanted to go shooting because she went to a women's shooting clinic, so she started to learn. And I love doing everything with my sisters because they're both older than me. And so if they wanted to hang out with me, I was like, yes, I'll go anywhere. Like, I don't care where we're going. So we're talking about the Proverbs 31 woman. And what I love about her is that she's not just like this meek woman who like makes clothes and cooks for her family, but she's strong. It says in verses 17 and 27, she sets about her work vigorously. She equips herself with strength. She looks well to the ways of her household, and some translations say watches over her house. So the one thing that I wanted to teach you practically, because there's so much I can teach you, is gun safety, because this is like the number one thing I teach anybody before we even get into a gun range is firearm safety. So on your little cards, on the darker side, you have the 4 rules of firearm safety. So we're gonna go through them one by one. My sister lived in Montana for a while, and she could just open carry a giant gun to the grocery store. But if I did that here, that'd be a little cheap. So I just have my gun right here in this little holster. It's secure. I've been carrying it all day. It hasn't moved. We want to be mentally prepared. So we can't live in this world where we think that nothing bad happens. We, especially as Christians, know that evil exists in the world, right? We see it all the time. Evil is out there, and we need to be ready to respond, to not freeze, and to equip ourselves with the tools to be able to do that. But more importantly, we need to be spiritually ready, which means we need to know that if I die today, I'm gonna be with Jesus. Okay guys, I just had to run out of there after my workshops because I'm actually late to this wedding dinner thing my husband and I have to go to tonight, Also, I'm in tremendous traffic, so I figured I'd give you a little recap here because I don't know if I'm going to get to close out this video tonight. But that event was so cool. I honestly didn't know what to expect going into it because I'd never heard of this women's conference before, but apparently they've been doing this for like 20-something years now. And I'm definitely going to take all my friends next year because it was amazing. So cool. So there were different workshops that you did in like 15-minute sprints. And so for each like block, each sprint block, you got to go to 3 different workshops for 15 minutes each. And I have to say my favorite one was the 5 ways to bless your husband workshop. Even though she didn't get to give us number 5 because like the time goes by so fast. It was Rhonda Stoppe, who was actually the speaker for the like larger portions of this conference. She did like the main message, and those were like bigger chunks of time. First off, she was awesome, like loved her message about the whole thing, but her workshop was definitely my favorite because that's just a topic that I'm really passionate about, is like marriage and how to be a good wife. So I loved that. But then I also went to one about like dressing modestly and like the fashion portion of it. I went to one that was like Laundry 101. That was really interesting, and they gave you like little giveaway or little like take home natural laundry detergent and spray. And what else did I go to? I went to like the table etiquette one, which was like, I didn't even know half the stuff. Like, how do you properly put a napkin on your lap? I have to take her whole class because I have no idea. That was interesting. Oh, and then I did one on entrepreneurship. So much good information. I mean, there were more, but you got to choose which one, so you can't go to all of them. I almost wish it was like a weekend-long thing because there was just so much information. And then I got to do my workshops, so I had like 3 groups of 30-ish women in each session, 15 minutes each. And and compressing all that information to 15 minutes. Like, I'm not used to talking very fast, but I had to talk fast. I tried to get all the information in. I basically talked about like our responsibility as women to be in charge of the safety of ourselves and those that God entrusts us to care for, like our kids and sometimes our parents, like whoever it is. We are the ones that are there to respond to evil, and so we need to take that seriously and arm ourselves with the tools that can allow us to respond. I also went over the 4 rules of firearm safety because that was something I could demo in those 15 minutes to give them something that they could actually like learn. Here are the 4 rules, and here's what it looks like to follow each one. And then I gave them those little take-home cards that had the rules on them. So I think that was really fun. It was cool to show them how I'm carrying today because I think a lot of them didn't think I was carrying a gun. So it's cool to see like you can actually carry a gun and still look feminine. Like that's my this is what I'm trying to get across. Like we can do this, ladies, you know? So that was really fun. This conference is put on by an organization called Ministries, and I'm going to dig a little deeper and find out some more about them, talk to the girl that invited me out to this because I want to know more. But I'm definitely inviting all my friends to this next year because it was so cool, and it's not always Proverbs 31. That was their theme this year. I know that's like the woman passage, but they said they hadn't touched on that before, and that was their theme this year. So who knows what they'll do next year, but it was really cool. I loved it. Love teaching women. Like, it's just very rewarding. So I'm thankful I got to go to that. I'm just trying to get home now. Traffic. I'm not going to get grumpy. No stress here. I am at peace, but I will get there when I get there. And I hope you guys enjoyed that little sneak peek into my day today at that conference. It was so nice. Like, got to be around fellow Christian women, believers, and just hear a lot of good messages about the word and how we are to live as Christians and as women. So that's it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay safe. Bye.